Hey, check it out. Resupply is different now. You can see in the top left, you just search or harvest anything, and then the mission just kind of ends in 10 minutes, which is kind of a great response to the recent changes to dropping items or lack thereof, where you can't do it anymore. So pretty much every player in the game has to find some method of farming, which could mean just dipping into your long built supply of items in your storage, or, you know, endurance, or maybe actually playing the game and farming again. You know, if you have an AFK endurance setup, that could be good for getting ammo and stuff. A lot of people have been using that for rockets, as resin can be quite difficult to get. Although if you go to a forest with a farming loadout, I mean, you can get resin. So what they've done is they've made resupply no longer require 10 crates or 8 or whatever it was to collect, and then you just search 30 things and then you wait 10 minutes. Now you just search or harvest anything in the top left, and then your badge will go up and up and up and up, and it's basically a free mission. There's no combat required. You can just go in with a farming loadout, ignore all the enemies, and run around punching. Tip, by the way, wait for your energy to restore, because every time you use energy, there's about a 2-second cooldown before it starts generating naturally. AS told me it was about 6.2 energy per second, and he's usually on the ball with this stuff. I don't know where he got that number, but I trust it. And even with Fossil Southie giving me 12 energy per second, it is usually advantageous to go up to the maximum amount of energy before you start using it again, depending on what you have ahead of you. In this case specifically, I've got like 3 rocks ahead of me, so I know that there's not really going to be a lot of energy required. There we go. And then I can just move on from there. So you can see that's just basically what the mission is. I'm not going to continue farming for the rest of this video because there's more to talk about, but yeah, a pretty cool change to start the video. Another change with the update is that Hunt the Titan is now a regular mission for now. The quest line is gone. The Flamebow is supposedly going to be somewhere in Blasted Badlands. Flashbang warning, the timeline's in light mode. I don't know where. I can't update this until we find out, or they tell me. I'm not really sure. And then, of course, Frozen Fjords is going to have Snowstrike. So she's going to be down here at some point. We'll probably find out together. I could message the community manager, maybe get a lowdown. They have helped me with this timeline in the past, just to line things up. But I don't know. I guess we'll find out together. So the quest line is gone. The Hunt the Titan is now on the map. In the 108 zone in Twine is the only one that we have there. Then I believe there's one of them somewhere in Canny. I haven't even checked in advance. I guess we have one up here in the 70 zone. And then I assume the last one's in Plankerton. I hope this isn't all they have planned, because I don't know. They took it away and then they brought it back overnight, and I guess I can't see it. Maybe I'm being blind, but yeah, I don't know. I was hoping there would be more with it instead of it just being a random mission, but yeah, Hunt the Titan. I actually do want to find that third one. All right, correction. I believe I was misunderstanding the information that was sent me on Discord. There's like 2 or 3 today, but as it's now just a normal mission, it'll just be sprinkled out, to my understanding, wherever. That's my current theory. Like, encampments, retrieve the data, these switch around every single day. So it's just like a normal mission now. Someone in my chat, I am live today, Twitch link down below, said one's in Stonewood. Yeah, and there it is. So those are the 3 that we have today. And that did bring with it the V-Buck missions. They did switch around on the day that I'm recording. I warned people that it would happen. And every time there's an update, we can expect there's a potential chance it could affect Save the World, but that's not what has happened recently. So years past, any update to BR might scramble the Save the World missions, but recently we had a V-Bucks update where now we get 50, and even if you're not a founder and you don't get V-Bucks, it's 50 extra tickets instead of what would have been 25 here, and that did change the mission, as that did change the missions. And then this one, of course, it took away the beta storms that were accessible to us and moved Hunt the Titan into the normal mission pool, so that's just a thing now. I hope there's more to it, but I guess we should now be able to get V-Bucks and normal alerts on here, I hope. I mean, there's a mini-boss here, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I hope there's more to it, but that's all we have for that one. There is also a change to Eliminate and Collect. So much like Resupply, they have that thing where you just need to get a bunch of kills, and then the more you get, the better your badge is, and the more rewards you receive. They have now lowered that number. I don't know what the exact values are. It used to be like 500 for the Platinum Medal. Now it's less, so that mission is just easier now, which I can't really complain about. It should be good. And enemies should spawn more evenly across the map, so it's generally easier to finish that mission. And one thing I forgot to note earlier is that the storm, I believe, does not close on Resupply, but I can get off of memory now and just start reading the patch notes, because I kind of skipped ahead, but the storm no longer closes during the mission for uninterrupted gathering. Retrieve the crates is no longer there, and then these are the new badges, which is great. Eliminate and Collect, you now need to, kill fewer enemies. I don't know what that exact number is, but you'll find out. It's pretty nice, and that should be a good mission for getting Battle Pass XP. It's not the fastest in the game, but kind of nice. It is a 10-minute mission, so it's not the quickest, but it is easy. And the other thing is what I said. So Hunt the Titans out of beta, they're switching it around, and it's now an official mission. So kind of cool. I mean, it is a mission that's not a defense, so it's very different compared to like shooting down the balloon or finding the ride the lightning or defending the Atlas and just waiting for the defense to finish and setting up the defense and just waiting out the clock. Fighting them, you know, the hunt. Fighting, is it the Mist Titan? Is that what he's called? I don't even know. It's been so long since I came to the game. Ran it enough to finish the quest on my main and my noob, but I never went back. But the Titan, yeah, you can just fight him, and that's a much more active mission than what is normally seen in Save the World. So yeah, kind of a cool change there. I know I'm doing this update out of order, but that's pretty much everything. So we have some bug fixes and known issues. First and foremost, Ninja Heroes, Mantis Leap, bugs out sometimes. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. I'm not 100% sure what the requirements are there. And I've gotten some annoying comments that wished I complained more in my daily videos. Let me tell you guys, I read my comments, and Archer and AS47 are very active in the Miner Discord. When there's an issue in the game, we directly report it to Epic. And when I have confirmation that they know they're on it and are working on it, I don't feel the need to like complain about it in my daily videos. I don't like to spread annoying stuff like that. I don't like to rile you guys up, and I try to stay positive while being productive. So I'm not sleeping on these issues. A lot of people think that, you know, Beast hasn't said anything about Mantis Leap. Why is he ignoring it? Like, because we told Epic. Like, they know. It's not like you feel like I should delete comments in my chat. I did. I had one individual leave a comment pertaining to that situation, and he had regarded me in a negative way. He was being very rude, so I banned him. I literally did. So if you ever want to report things like that to me, be respectful, because you won't stick around otherwise. Anyway, so yeah, feedback is great. Telling me to go to bed because of the way I'm supposedly acting is not. So be respectful. Known issues, I'm skipping ahead here. Soldier's shockwave ability may be locked out if interrupted. Bullets from arrows and SMGs now appear to go in the wrong direction, but it's only a visual. Constructor's plasma pulse may not deploy. So there's a lot of known issues. Commander perk Buckle Plus. I don't even know what that is. Whose perk is Buckle Plus? Can you comment in chat while we're going here? The player character may sometimes use an incorrect arm sweep animation, and some sections of the mansion and Survive the Night are missing, and that's been known since the season started. So these are all known issues. And bug fixes. Husks and other enemies now consistently move off of ledges. That was a pretty game-breaking bug in my opinion. It made defenses trivial, so I'm kind of glad that that one's addressed. Players can remap their jump keybind to not be the spacebar, which might help somebody. That might help Mumbo Jumbo. Do you guys know that reference? Because he uses like his thumb for shift on... I don't get it. Hero star levels now display correctly. Very nice. Ever see your sidekick's name randomly appear on world objects? That was a fun bug for like a minute. I liked that one, but it's fixed now. Because here, actually, I'll show you guys. Because my sidekick is named wonderfully. This is my boy, Code Mista. Get it? Because if you guys use it in the shop, it supports me. I'm just saying. You know, something to think about. All right, moving on. Storm Shield defenses and endurance amplifiers have gained their intended collision, which is great. Storm King's onslaught projectiles now correctly hit detached shielders. Dude, that is one of the only reasons I never use that weapon. It drives me crazy when there's a shielded enemy and it's going to their head and ignoring the shielder. It just ruins it. If you're going to give me an aimbot weapon, it needs to be smart enough to actually do its job, like Riot Huskies going through the little eye hole. Fix an error with the Ancient Launcher's higher level ability being unlocked, even if the weapon hadn't reached the required level. And on that note, you can now you can voucher the Ancient Launcher. I actually don't know where it is. Does it have its own section in, yeah, Ancient Weapons? There it is. So if you want to go ahead and pick it up, you can now voucher it. Probably a good pickup. If it's working as I remember, it's still doing like 130 power level damage at level 12. This is not a weapon you need to level up, and now that I can voucher my own copy, I kind of want to do a follow-up video because I covered this weapon on launch, of course, and I made a follow-up video because I want to say we discovered it, but AS47 is the one who is a prominent bug bug finder in our community, and he pointed out a loadout where, you know, I covered the weapons release. Let me go and find this thumbnail real quick here because he found out that it was doing ability damage, which is really, really weird, and I'm being blind. Yeah. So if you use a Zelia Clark in the commander slot, it gives a ridiculous damage bonus and it makes the weapon incredibly strong. And something that wasn't mentioned in this video is I was using a 130 copy, but it does all of that damage at level 12. So while I said it was doing the damage of a 130 weapon, what I really mean is it's doing the damage of your stats, which in my case would be a 145. But that is something very interesting that I was not able to explore before, because not only did I not have a level 12 copy and I was busy with life, so I couldn't make a video, but then they removed weapon dropping. So I literally could not get a copy from my audience. So it was like a video I could not make. And with 11 vouchers, I think one of them is worth it just to explore that mechanic, because knocking out 250 power level smashes with a level 12 weapon, pretty fun, not gonna lie, kind of a cool interaction. So yeah, the Ancient Launcher is now voucherable, which is kind of notable. And there's one more thing I wanted to mention, and I definitely don't want to forget it, and I'll be right back. Yeah. So Buccaneer Ramirez, the one who shoots the cannonballs with your lefty and righty, she was doing water damage for the longest time on accident. In fact, I can actually show her quickly because I was just doing the labyrinth with carbide, bouncing stuff around, and you can show her right here. Yeah, so her cannonballs were doing water damage for like 5 years since launch, and they just randomly fixed that. It's my understanding that her cannonballs still explode twice, just like cannonballs do right now. All cannonballs are exploding into like 3 sets of balls twice, which is like a 75% damage increase. That applies to the Jabberwocky, the cannonballs you get from Blakebeard's stash, and Buccaneer Ramirez, which is, if I'm forgetting any, comment down below, but kind of an insane interaction. And I don't like announcing stuff like that in videos because things tend to get patched. So I don't make a video on it, and I'll put bug at the title, because in my opinion, there are, we know this factually, over 1,000 bugs. And in my opinion, that is not one that needs to be addressed right now. Epic is doing a lot of rebalancing with the Xenon Bow. I need to make a video on that as well. I have not been home or focused on Save the World, but I got to make a video on this because the projectile just went from this to like that. It's ridiculous. And they tweaked the plasmatic discharger, and I just think they can leave cannonballs alone for right now. All right, hot take. I'm saying it loud, I'm saying it proud. That's a fun thing, and she's not that strong of a hero, so being a little bit stronger than she should be is probably not a bad deal. Like, I actually went to make a video on her before that bug happened, and I scrapped the footage. She performed so poorly. So kind of nice to see that, and I think that just about covers everything. Other than Archer wrote me a whole list of things he wanted me to mention. Apparently there's a tooltip that tells you pickaxes do low damage to enemies, which I feel like anybody would find out right away. And he's commenting on the fact that Epic's making the game more noob friendly, because as we all know, there's a brand new... Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hang... Whoa. Gotta put on the tinfoil hat. As we all know, there's a new map coming and the game's going free to play. It's not. Okay, I have no confirmation of any of that. But I mean, it is funny that people have connected the dots. We're like, hey, they keep rebalancing weapons and making it easier to play certain missions and giving us some quality of life changes. And there are these new files that looks like it's a new zone for Save the World. It's confirmed. No, I don't run with those theories, you guys. It's exciting. It's interesting that there are things in the files pertaining to Save the World, but like, don't get your hopes up. That's an easy way to get disappointed. Just... we'll see what we see. All right, that's why I don't cover a lot of leaks on my channel. I know I've been pretty absent recently with real life and all that, but I try not to get on the hype train for things we haven't confirmed, because it just makes people upset. The Save the World community is the most toxic, hungry, it is a vile space. I don't use the Reddit for very good reasons. People are mean to each other, so when they get excited, they get loud and they get mad, and I try to mitigate that until we know for sure. So I think that's everything for real now. So yeah, Build a Radar Grid might get updated in the future, where it's going to be like when you finish all the towers, it ends early. That's another nice quality of life, but that's not in the game yet. So that's it. I'm live today, so Twitch link down below if you're watching this on launch. If you're watching this in the future, Twitch link down below. I do stream sometimes, or I intend to keep going, and that's it. You know, code Mista if you guys want to support me in the shop. Subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.